Hello Buddhas, today we are going to go out on a limb and make a controversial video about divine feminine and masculine. Now, before we get started, I've got to let you all know that I've got a playlist down below with over 150 Buddha Billionaire videos that you can binge watch to accelerate your spiritual awakening. Now, why do I say this is controversial? Well, it might be considered controversial if you've got a whole tizzy about the whole male-female concept, but what I'm talking about here is not the dangly bits or the non-dangly bits between your legs. I am talking about identity. A feminine leaning and a masculine leaning perspective can be had from anyone and anything. It does not matter what your driver's license says. So with that out of the way, the divine feminine, the mother, the womb of the world, created spirit. And spirit is man. Let's explain that a little bit though. As the negative, and I don't mean that in a negative light, but as the dark, the negative, the matter, the material existence of our reality, the feminine property is what brings in other beings to this realm. And in that light, literally and figuratively speaking, we have manifestation of spirit. And the spirit is always represented in all of the historical literature a lot by a more masculine father figure. Does not necessarily mean male-female here again, people, but it is the feminine property and the masculine property. And the masculine property there, the divine masculine, is coming into the world in order to fulfill the desires and wishes of the divine feminine. In an ultimate situation, and you may or may not agree with this, but this is going to be opinion piece for a moment. In the ultimate situation, I believe that a truly enlightened divine feminine power would want a truly enlightened divine masculine to do all the things for her. Not because she wasn't capable of doing them. That's not what it's about. But it is about allowing the other to do for you. And I think a really easy analogy on this here is, let's say you have someone with some money. Does it make them any less of a human being to pay to have their food cooked for them? I don't believe it does. I actually think it makes them even more of a affluent person because you're providing a salary to someone who is doing something we assume that they enjoy doing, and you're benefiting by having great food, they're benefiting by having employment. It's a win-win situation. So in that situation, let's say you have the divine feminine who has manifested and created a divine masculine to be their chef, to provide them with nourishment on this planet. I personally don't see anything wrong with that. And again, it's not about gender roles in society and all that, because it's a little bit screwed up, let's be honest. It's about a point of view. And I believe personally that the divine feminine power is so strong and so all-encompassing that it created man. Literally, it is that ultimate God force that created man on this planet, the divine masculine man, not again the physical bits, but the divine masculinity in order to discover itself as being ultimately a creation of that divine feminine power. And I realize that some of this stuff can sound a little outlandish because I am talking about male and female dynamics here, but it's not male and female dynamics. It's a state of being. And for me personally, I have always felt really weird about you're a boy so you don't get to do girl things, and you're a girl so you don't get to do boy things. And then there seems to have been a split somewhere in the world where, in Western society anyways, they're like, well, now we got to get the girls to do all the boy things, and we got to get the boys to do all the girl things. And it's like, guys, just let people do what they want. That would be really nice. So it is a somewhat confusing thing. And I realize that this is getting a little bit off the rails, but I want to reiterate the idea. And this is not about serving a person or having some sort of dominance level, but it's about that real manifestation, that desire. What did the divine feminine create? And I believe that the ultimate creation of the divine feminine is a mirror of itself, which is the divine masculine. And I believe that the ultimate creation of the divine masculine, being a mirror of itself, is the divine feminine. You got the yin and the yang, you've got the positive and the negative, you've got the light and the dark. That's how it always has been. That's how Genesis starts. That's the beginning of this game of duality that we're playing in consciousness at this level, in this realm. So Buddhas, if you have any thoughts about this, please let me know down below. I'm trying to figure all of this out and so that I can explain it in the most articulate way possible. And I realize that this is one of those kind of touchy subjects, and I really want to be able to dive deeper and deeper into it. So let me know down below what you think. Also share this video, like, comment, and subscribe so that we can get these out into the algorithm so that more people can see it. And remember, Buddhas, after all of that, the most important thing is to love yourself.